back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Discipline Therapy Podcast. I'm your host, E.L. Discipline, 7-time author. Accompanying me is your other host,
Suhei Sotomayor.
This is your Discipline Therapy, completely sucker-free and plenty of liberty. This is that good weed, yes indeed. This is that no hate, but we simply want you to participate. Relax, go grab your wine, and make sure the kids are in bed. This is that soul food talk. Prepare your mind to be fed. Ladies and gentlemen, light it up. Inhale life. Exhale strife. We're here. God is great. The ancestors are great. And everything else is straight.
So we're going to jump right in there. Episode 4. And episode 4. Monogamy versus polygamy. For those of us who don't know what monogamy and polygamy are.
I think everybody has an idea.
Hey, you never know. We might have some youngins looking. Maybe some 18-year-olds. What is monogamy?
They have to be at least 18. We can't.
Good. Good, because
we can't have no underage. We can't have no underage. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So monogamy is one-on-one relationship, correct? Man, woman, man, woman, woman, just one-on-one. Polygamy is multiple. Obviously, poly means multiple.
Yeah.
Okay. So
we're gonna get into depth with how far it goes.
How far? What monogamy and polygamy go?
Yeah.
Are you? Let me just start out and ask. Are you monogamous?
I'm both. You know what I mean? And that has nothing to do with sexual. Some people hear you're like, are you monogamous? Are you poly? That means like you're having sexual relations with more than one woman.
An assumption you're saying. They just assume that's
yeah.
And that's not how it is. How does this topic tie in with you personally?
Well, from the prior shows, we kind of put it out there. I'm a dom in the BDSM lifestyle. Now, BDSM and poly or monogamy, they don't interchange. So
what do you mean they don't interchange?
Just because someone's poly doesn't mean they're into BDSM. Okay. You can be poly and in the BDSM lifestyle. You
could be in the BDSM lifestyle but be monogamous as well.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay,
yes.
so they don't necessarily go hand in hand.
Exactly. Okay. And I'm into both. Now, 2 women, not like bisexual guys. 2 women, 3 women. Now, it has nothing to do with sex, because people have a big misconception pertaining to that.
The polygamy part?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. When, there's women out there who would say not only they wouldn't be into BDSM, maybe the sexual aspect about it. We'll get down the line about BDSM in a different topic. But the actual like relationship, that's the difference. It's like the relationship is different, compared to the act. So poly is not a person that wants to have multiple relations because they have this fetish for threesomes or foursomes. You know what I mean? Like a lot of poly relationships are like congruent thing, and like it's established. It's established where it's more like team versus competition. Some people who are in this poly lifestyle, they will, let's say it's a woman, she has 2 men who she builds a emotional attachment with.
Okay.
So she's not promiscuous. She's not every weekend, I'm going to the club or the sexual predator for a male, or I'm going to the club or whatever it is, bookstore, just going out, DMing, internet, and just finding new victims or whatever it is, like new bodies to add to your body list. Right. So it's not that at all. With a lot of people who are truly in this poly life, it's more of I'm on a level of high frequency where I may need to connect with more than, or I have love for more than one people. So that's the biggest misconception, pertaining to that, because when people hear about it, that's the first connotation, is sexual connotation. You know what I mean?
So on top of the misconception of it being, in a sexual way, would you agree that a lot of people also, another misconception is that if you're polygamist, that means you're automatically cheating on somebody?
Yeah.
Okay. So now, what is cheating to you? If you're in a poly relationship, right? So that means you have more than one person that you are engaging in some form, right? Of course, we're talking about you because we don't know anybody else. We can only come up with it. So for you, engaging with multiple people does not necessarily mean sexual. It could mean you're connecting mentally with somebody.
Yeah, because I could be in a monogamous sexual relationship while I have a person that, like, we're friends, and we also are
you click mentally.
We click mentally. Like, we may flirt with each other, and we have like a relationship that's beyond like friendship level. You know what I mean? Like, you're friends and everything else but lovers. You know what I mean? And that could be a long distance relationship. It's also something where each person is contributing. It could be that also. Like, it could be
in a poly relationship.
Yeah, it could be that.
I mean, I've seen that. I've seen obviously there was a show called Big Love that was out.
Big Love.
Yeah.
No, I never heard of it.
It's finished. It came to an end. But now I've seen other ones pop up. Sister Wives.
Okay, I heard about that.
You heard about that one. That's like term. A white guy.
That's a poly term.
Sister Wives.
Sister Wives, yeah.
And then there's like another poly, a couple is two. So another poly relationship where it's a black guy and two women. I've seen that also. So for you, what is cheating to you?
So many things, like not being loyal, in a sense where you're constantly flirting with another man. You know what I mean? She may not have opened her legs to him, but she's DMing him constantly. Sends him
another man,
pictures.
not her man.
Not her man. It's the the conversations, the text messages. Now the deleting text messages. This is like what a lot of other people don't see as cheating, but flirting is cheating. I mean, to me, conversations don't start in the bedroom. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You have that physical interaction first, or it's not even that. You meet somebody online and you have that emotional, psychological connection first, before you actually physically interact with each other.
So now, do you feel, going back to the polyamorous lifestyle, I'm surprised that you used an example of a woman with two men. Do you think that Can that happen? Is that okay?
For me, no. There's a
You
thing.
don't believe, you personally, do you believe that women can be polyamorous with
Yes,
males?
they can. I
Okay.
believe that. But
Okay.
the thing is, for me, no, it's not gonna work like that. But for like a woman, who's women are, can't be. Yeah, women can be polyamorous. Now, here's the thing. While she's engaging with these two men, I don't believe she's gonna be able to love them equally.
I mean, can anybody love two
A
people
man can
equally?
love a man can love more than one woman equally.
I don't know about that. I'm gonna have to disagree on that
And
one.
that's fine that you disagree because you're not a man. You know what I mean? You're a woman who is like every woman emotional. So if y'all are emotional, y'all gonna build a um immense emotional connection for one man who's providing more than the other. There's always gonna be one person in a relationship, or three or four, whatever the
But
party
isn't it?
is.
But can't that be said about a man with multiple women?
He's gonna love her more,
No, no, no. That
like one woman more than the other.
right. You're saying that a man can love multiple women equally,
Mm-hmm.
but a woman can't because she's always going to show preference over the man that's doing more than the other.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't that same argument be said for a man with multiple women?
No.
There's always going to be somebody in that that's going to be doing more.
Doesn't matter. He's not gonna love her. He's not gonna love her more or differently.
Then why would a woman do it though?
Because the simple factor that I said, y'all are more emotional. You know what I mean? Y'all have that embedded in your DNA. You know, men are born providers. Men are born hunters. So naturally, men can provide more than women. So there'll be a lot of women out there like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yelling at their screen, no, we're equal, and this and that. No, it's not embedded in your DNA to be. You know what I
To
mean?
be equal?
Back in the ancient Egyptians times, back in cave women time, women weren't working. How is that in your DNA to do what men do and to be an equal plateau as far as feelings? Y'all are born nurturers. Y'all have babies. We don't.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It comes from our seed, but we're molded from women because they have that natural ability. So if you have that more sensitive and natural and emotional ability, you know how to provide more of that emotional
Support.
for somebody. So women, if they don't settle for anything, they're gonna settle for stability. So if you're a man who you can't stimulate her mind, you don't have a lot of money, you is not somebody she mentally craves or can learn from, she doesn't love a lot. She loves him in a sense, I care for you. I really care for you. She's not in love with him. We both know there's two difference, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she not in love with him. She love him. She wanna make sure he good. She wanna make sure he's taken care of and cared for. But she doesn't in love with him like I'm in love with this person. I mean, at this point, it could be like this is like a business now, business partnership. It's not love. It's
You
not
mean like
like
a couple that's been together for a while, and is that what you're saying?
no. We were talking about the two women not being able to give the same amount of love to each man. A woman can engage with two men, three men. She's always gonna love one more than the other. But I feel like the man can love women equally because it's built in us. I don't mean to sound sexist. You know what I mean? But it's built in us as providers, as hunters. Like this is science, this is biology. I'm not saying anything that's not true.
Okay, what? But no, I understand what you're saying, but
A woman can't
I want to get
listen. A
back
woman
to.
can't take care of the kids. She can't take care of the house. She can't do all this other stuff and take care of a man if he's, you know what I mean, sick and all this stuff. Like, she has too much to do. Eventually, she's gonna go crazy. She's gonna do this. She's gonna do that. She's not built to take care of that type of stress.
Yes, she is.
Men can
every
provide.
woman in America does that.
Men can provide. Men can provide.
No. Men can provide financially. Men can
be able to provide.
But men can provide financially. They could provide sexually. They could provide security. Okay. A woman may not be able, and again, if
it's not in her to provide. She could. She wealthy. She wealthy. She could do everything that the man do. Provide you financially. Provide you. You know.
Financially, in this day and age, is kind of neck and neck. I would say. You know what I mean? I mean, I wouldn't want to be, you know, a single mother or a single father right now, you know, having only one income. But both parties can pretty much have an equal leverage. Maybe. I mean, a man, I still think, gets paid more than a woman. But women all the time, all around the world, if they have to go to work, they go to work. Then they come home and they take care of the kids while they're cooking and helping them with homework. And on top of that, if they're sick, they still have to get up, go to work, and do all that stuff all over again.
You're talking about single mothers?
Even in
so what are they gonna do? What else are they gonna do? Collect unemployment?
No.
Stuff like that. Like, I'm saying they're gonna work. They have no choice.
I'm saying men are the ones that when they get sick, it's, oh my God, take care of me. I'm dying. Please, I'm so sick.
As it should be. Y'all are nurturers. That's like your duty.
I'm just arguing with you that you're saying a woman can't do that. A woman can't go to work, take care of the house, take care of the kids, and take care of the man.
With her. It's not built in her. You can't say all women in America do that. You can't say that. You could say that not all men. You could say you do that. No, what I'm trying to say is women can't care for all these things. On top of that, providing like love and providing finance and providing all that. It's a lot of pressure for a man. Man is built to be able to do all those things. It's a lot of pressure for a man. Most women crumble. I'm not saying women don't do it. There's a small portion of women that could do it and still retain their sanity and not be, you know, oh, this is stressful and go crazy and get emotional because you're dealing with that fact. You're a single mother and they grind it out, they do it, but it's like mental health. You know what I mean? Like they're not built for that.
I don't know.
That's what I believe. They're not built for that. You could say, oh, women could do it or whatever, because maybe you could do that. You know, maybe your friend could do that or whatever. Women aren't built for that. So if they're not built for that, how can they do all that and provide? It's not in women's DNA to provide.
Maybe not back then,
but ancestry.
But okay, so you want to go back to the ancestors and all that. Maybe back then they didn't have it in them, but as evolution and things change all the time, things are constantly changing. It went from being a one, you know, two parents, only one works. The father usually worked and the mother stayed home to take care of the house, to take care of the kids, to take care of all of that. With evolution, that changes. Now we have two parents out of the house working, and what normally happens is when the mother comes home, I mean, most of the child rearing, it falls on the woman. It doesn't really fall on the husband or the father, because they're in charge of the disciplinary.
Patriot.
Right. So they don't have to. All they have to do is step in when the kid gets out of line.
No. What I'm saying is a fact. Women aren't built to that, but they do what they gotta do. Yes, as evolution guy, like anything that you wanna do and to be good at it takes repetition.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, you keep doing it, you keep going through it, you keep going through a hardship, you're gonna build some type of force field for it, strength. You know what I mean? Like, you dealing with it, you keep getting beaten down. Eventually you're gonna, keep getting up. You know, so no, it's not embedded in women's DNA to be able to do that, but they do it. I know some women that work 3 jobs. You know what I mean? They gotta go to one They gotta
So
go
you're
to
saying
another.
those are
They
the
gotta
exception.
do that. Yeah, because they're learning. They're pretty much thrown into the thrown to the woods, to deal with the wolves. And they have to say, listen, I either thrive from this and come back and start leading the pack,
Or
or
just
I get
fumble.
eaten.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And that's what it is. But naturally, like, women aren't born to be that. Like, I don't believe women are decision makers.
I agree with you on that. Don't ask me where you
Born
want
to
to go
do
eat
that.
because I don't
Exactly.
know.
Like, women are not decision makers. There could be a woman right now. Oh, I'm this, I'm that. You're part of the 2%. You're part of the 2%, but women aren't about making decisions constantly on a constant basis every day and this, that. You gotta make decisions for your kids and do that. Do you run your own business? So you're making decisions for the business, you make a decision for that. If you take care of the kids, you might have to go answer to a boss. Now you're not really making all the decisions every day, all day, but only in your household. You mean the woman that's screaming, "Oh, that's me, that's me"? She can be part of the 2% where she's a single mother of many. She not just one. She got to take care of the household. She got to do it, and she running her own business, a corporation where she has people under her, where she got to tell them how to do. Not like an entrepreneur,
Right,
even
she's like a
entrepreneurship.
supervisor.
Yeah, even entrepreneurship we could throw in it. Like you own a commercial, you mean like a nightclub or something like that. You have people that answer to you. You have to constantly make decisions, constantly make
Or like a lot of women now
executive
own
decisions on a daily
boutiques.
basis.
Right. So to keep your business afloat is what you're saying.
Yeah, and it's like they're part of the 2%. If they do that and they run their own relationship, they wear the pants in the relationship, they run their business, they run their household, they do this, they do that, constantly making decisions. Not everybody and not everybody in the world can say does all those things.
Exactly.
But
Not everyone.
Men can. You know what I mean?
There are men that have no control of their household. I'm just, you know me, I like to play devil's advocate. I could agree with you, but
it doesn't matter. Like, my thing is, I'm going back to DNA. I'm going back to, your ancestry and how you built to be able to do this. Alpha males, they're built for hardship. They're built for decision making. It doesn't make them feel stress when they have to make the decisions in every aspect of their life. Relationship. People coming to you for advice at work. People, going to you personally for advice, whether it's DMs or inbox messages, stuff like that. Like, you're constantly making decisions. Like, not every woman can do that. It's not embedded in them. But there are the 2% who have strived and who have gone through this, and they're just like, it's not breaking me. I don't need a man for this. I'm gonna make all the decisions, even in my relationship, and this and this and that. 2%. The 98, they rather feel comfortable not making decisions. You know what I mean?
okay.
Only in their household. Like, if I could just be a authoritative figure here to my daughter, to my son, you know what I mean? I'm good. But when I go to work, I want to be told what to do. I don't want to be after making all those decisions. I don't want to have to do this. I don't want people coming up to me for life
I mean, you could say that
advice.
about men too. There's some guys that do that too. But
Majority of men can handle all those stuff.
okay. So, all right, for a couple that's monogamous, right? For whatever reason, whether she doesn't want to, he doesn't want to, or whatever.
Right.
Should those couples, obviously,
Have a threesome.
incorporate some form of foreplay, like threesomes, role playing, BDSM?
Couples could do whatever they want to do. I don't care.
Okay.
But like, you're talking about a couple and they want to get with another couple, like swingers type shit.
Oh,
That's
all
what you're
right.
talking about?
No, but let's get on. Let's get on that.
So yeah, whatever floats their boat. You know what I mean? Like, they could be monogamous who part-time poly.
Is that poly or is that just
It's a sexual, just sexual.
Hmm.
It's still poly. You know what I mean? But it's sexual.
So what's the difference between polyamorous and polygamy?
Well, polyamorous is an adjective, and like
Loving multiple.
I'm polyamorous. So I believe in having
A person
more
who
than
loves
one
many.
relationship. I believe having more than one relationship. So I can have a relationship with 3 different women, but I could be only having sex with one.
Okay.
The 2 other women, you know, we understand what dynamic is, and we flirt. It's this and that. She might do things for you. In exchange, she gets guidance. She gets protection. She gets security. If I don't know if he's taking care of her financially, whatever it is, but they have a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You know, technically they have a relationship. It's not. It doesn't necessarily. They don't necessarily have to have sex for them to be in a relationship.
That's true.
You know, they're in a relationship. You know, he's giving her money, whether it's for um, tuition, whatever. Like he's, you know, helping her because she might be a single mother. Like they're in a relationship.
Mm. So to you, if does the woman have to be does she also have to be polyamorous to be in like to be involved with you? Is that like or no?
No,
No. Do
no.
you tell
Like
her? Do the women that you're with, do they know that
well,
you're polyamorous, that it's not just her? Because that goes back to, I think, the
yeah,
first question I
that's
asked
what
you about
needs to.
cheating.
Yeah, that's what needs to be established from the beginning. Like, just the 2 girls don't ever need to meet. 3 girls, whatever it is, 4 girls, however you want to live your life. Males, females, right? But we're talking about the males. However you want to live your life. They don't have to be. They don't have to be friends. But if they know he's poly and they know, oh, he got others or whatever it is, then that's cool. You know what I mean? Because it's known from for both for all 4 parties. That, you know what it is. You know what I mean? And that's what continues to build a relationship, the trust,
Is
because
being honest.
being honest.
So because you're saying all men can, it's in them to
99.9% men are born polyamorous. Only 0.1% not.
Okay. So these men that are born polyamorous, they don't always tell their women that they're polyamorous, and so they keep it.
Well, this is what happens, right? This is what happens.
Which is why
women know
they
men.
think it's
Women
cheating.
know men aren't monogamous. They know their man is not monogamous. They meet a dude, oh, he handsome, like he, you know, like women nowadays, they like this, like they like tatted men and muscles and whatnot. But you know, let's look at men back in the day who didn't have tattoos and who weren't, whatever it is. They just wore suits every day and whatever, and you know, whatever it was. They have handsome faces. They know how to dress. They know how to, you know, they smell well. And you know, she meets this guy, and she's like in denial, like he gotta be single. Like even though she'll be like, no, reverse. He gotta have somebody or 2. Like I can't like all these qualities about this man, and he's not saying what's wrong with him, but they put it in their head that oh, it's too good to be true. Like it could be like
He could be lying.
He could be lying. But before they even ask him, they could already think, oh yeah, he has somebody and whatnot. Knowing that they don't like that, they go after it, and then with the mentality of even if he has a lot of girls, I could make him on, like he could be number 1 for me and vice versa.
I don't think a lot of girls think like that. I mean,
a handsome man who is like has everything going for himself.
What I will agree with is that if that handsome man is honest and says, "Yeah, I talked to a few girls," even if he states it like that, I talked to a few girls, and now she knows because he tells her, then yes, I could see her say, all right, he's talking
He's
to a few
probably
girls. I can make him talk to just me. I can make him change his mind.
Yeah.
Or I could be his favorite.
Sometimes
Maybe
that doesn't work. Sometimes it doesn't work with that, because when
on
a
the girl's
woman
part
on
or the man's part?
On the girl's part, because a man could be honest up front, and then she has all these, insecurities, right? Now, in these trust issues and these walls, if he's telling her the truth, now it's like, this shit too good to be true. He's gotta be lying, because all men cheat.
But he's
in her
telling her.
mentality.
But he's telling her off rip. I'm talking to like two girls besides you.
Most women not gonna believe that. They're gonna believe the man is just showing off.
I don't know.
They're not gonna believe that, especially if you got with a girl who been in, like, let's say she been in 5 relationships, right? And it's like a year apiece. That's 5 years of her having relationship experience.
Okay.
And all of them were just dirty. All of them were just liars, and they all cheated. She meets this guy who is like, oh, I have other women and whatnot.
Well, she has two.
She might reverse and be like, yo, he's lying. He's probably single. Why would a guy admit that?
Why would she think he's lying though? Why would a guy?
Because when you
could tell by energy if somebody's lying, if somebody's full of shit.
You can tell by energy. Don't start speaking for everybody. Okay? If somebody been in a relationship with these 5 guys and they're all cheated, that's all you know outside of your father. Your own father. The man that you see first before interacting with any other men. In any, you know what I mean?
Okay, so wait, let's go back to...
these 5 different guys, 5 years of experience, you think you're going to start generalizing men. I don't care who you are.
Let me go back with...
Especially a woman, because she's extra emotional. We've established women are more emotional than men, right?
You've established that. You said women are more.
It's a fact.
That's your fact.
It's a true stereotype.
It's a stereotype. But you're right. We can't make generalized statements. So I'm going to flip it around and ask you.
You'll speak for yourself?
Well, I'm gonna speak for myself, and you're gonna speak for yourself. Has that happened to you? Have you told women, yeah, I'm talking to other women, and they just don't believe you?
Yeah, it's happened. Now here's the thing. I'm monogamous. Okay? Sexually, I'm monogamous. But I like to dab in the poly, whether it's sexually too, like threesomes or whatever it is. But I'm also into poly relationships. Like, yo, you, let's build together.
So you would want all your women together?
Yes.
As a
because
team.
we can be amazing, we can be great, and everybody will get something out of this. Not in a sense of, oh, I want to fuck all you and I have this fetish. No, like any type of relationship I get into, it's an investment. You know what I mean? It's really an investment. So there are people who want to just engage in this, like it's poly, and it's like, oh, we're going to have threesomes, we're going to have foursomes.
Just sexual,
do you. That's just sexual. That's just part-time shit. But me, I'm into poly relationships where, I have all these girls around me, but everybody's contributing to the relationship. And everybody's getting what they could get out of it, and everybody's happy.
How can that be if
one's getting sex more than the other, or one's getting more attention more than the other? What, you're going to ask me what a lot of women out there are going to ask me because they're selfish?
Yeah, I am.
They're selfish. They're selfish. So the relationship is not selfish. That's women. Here's the thing.
But if you're in a relationship with somebody,
know that their men are not monogamous. They force him to fight ancestry, force him to fight his nature to be monogamous, so they could feel secure. That's what it is.
Right.
So when a woman is like, oh, I don't want you to do business with her. I don't want you looking at her. That's a nice ass, even though I think that's a nice ass too. I don't, want you to look at that. Like my sub or subs, they're cool. We could go out. They might spot a nice ass. Oh, look at that girl before I do.
Mm.
It's like, but that doesn't necessarily mean we're going to bring her home with us.
Okay.
But, this is like women being selfish because now they're displaying a surplus of masculine energy where I'm forcing you not to do this. Men are gonna do what they want to do. If they're being honest with you and they say, yo, this is how I am, this is what I want to do, blah, blah, blah. You may not be cool with it now, but we're gonna work on eventually, getting you to this. And if it can't, this is what I like, we go our separate ways. Like we go on that type of, energy. Women will say, listen, if I love this man and I really care about him and this will make him happy, she might engage in that. Even if she knows it, even if she thinks like, oh, it's morally wrong and you shouldn't be doing this, God, and all this, and one man, one woman, even if they think all that, they've been conditioned and all that to think this way, she might do it because she knows that that's going to make him happy and she loves him and she will structure her life around all of that. This is why what happens is when men lie, right? Women are shattered hard because now they feel like, yo, I structured my life around all of this. Was this a lie? Was this because you're lying to me?
You're talking about a lie that broke a relation. Doesn't have to be poly or anything like that.
Doesn't have to be poly.
Does it have to be cheating because he got caught cheating?
Yeah, that could be included in it.
I kind of find it hard to fathom that a woman would, be
what?
Okay with
multiple women?
No, I don't think that that's a problem. Having being with a man that has multiple women if he's honest about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there's a lot of women would have a problem being in a poly relationship if they're not getting equal attention.
Sex.
Yeah. Equal everything that you just said. If she's getting sex, how come? Because that's what's going to wind up happening. Well, how come I'm not going to have sex?
Here's the thing. That's what would happen to a fairly new individual coming into the lifestyle.
Into the poly lifestyle or the BDSM lifestyle?
The poly life, not the BDSM. Because we've already established BDSM could be both. Monogamy.
Right. So if it's a person that's being introduced to the poly lifestyle,
it's not going to happen overnight. Like she's going to have those like vanilla, plain, regular, traditional, like energies,
ways of thinking,
and ways of thinking for a little while. Before she starts getting used to this, before this is embedded in her subconscious. It's something that she's living with daily, yearly.
So in that time, in that period that she has to learn how to adjust, I would assume that the man is going to be, there guiding her every step of the way. No, so that's already showing her.
Yeah, my
extra
thing is,
attention.
here's my thing, right? If you're poly, right, you should have some type of foundation. Like you shouldn't be bringing 2 or 3 women into your life, talking about you're going to take care of them and you're not stable. Like you're not financially stable. Whatever the agreement is between them, because some people might say this is like a rich man's sport.
Oh, having 2 women?
Yeah, you got your wife, you got your mistress.
A man has to be crazy to want more than one woman at the same time. I've also heard that statement. Because you never heard that?
No.
Like you have all this stress. Supposedly, women are headaches and stress, and they bitch a lot. So why would you want 2 of that?
Oh! We're speaking about specific women.
I guess.
Yeah, they're not speaking about submissives or anything like that.
No, I guess not. Like regular women.
I mean, everything starts with the man. Like I said, if you're bringing women into this, and it's not something where it's like, oh, we're gonna build with each other. We could build something where we're all contributing financially. If you're bringing if you're bringing 2, 3 women into this, and you want to establish that you're gonna be the breadwinner, you know what I mean? Do that. You know what I mean? Because if women don't settle for anything else, they'll settle for stability. So, fuck all this part-time pleasure or temporary pleasures. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to have sex for 15, 20, 30, 45 minutes. You know, it's that connection that matters. That is what lasts. You know what I mean? It's like, women think about sex more than men, a lot more than men, but it's not the biggest thing for them in a relationship. You know what I mean? Like I said, women, if they don't settle for anything more, they will settle for stability. Structure. Like, if you're not really getting dick, you could settle for somebody who's giving you money and taking care of your rent and all that other stuff. You could settle for it. There's actually women right now who are in poly relationships because they have a man
that's taking care
of them financially, and they got a whole husband, or they got fiance, whatever it is. You know what I mean? And they kind of like in a relationship. You kind of like in a poly relationship. Just because they're not having sex don't mean they're not in a relationship.
So if somebody's gonna be in a poly relationship, they have to. I'm assuming they have to be honest about it, or else they're just cheating. Like if you're in a poly, everybody has to know about it.
Listen. To me, cheating is not a man. And let's get this out here right now. Black men don't cheat. I heard the things a lot like, oh, black men, and no, black men don't cheat.
What do they do?
So here's the thing, right? When you get into this relationship with this woman, and a man engages with another woman, that's not cheating.
Because engages a man in what? Talking, having sex,
interacts, everything.
It's not cheating if the first woman doesn't know about it.
It's not cheating if the woman doesn't know about it. What is if she not knowing about it and it's behind her back, it's being dishonesty, it's betrayal. It's not cheating. Men naturally do that. A man looks at a nice ass. If he doesn't go the other way, he's into women, like, he's gonna look.
But some people can argue that claiming that you're polyamorous is just like a glorified way of saying that you're cheating.
Yeah, it's not.
What do you? Okay.
It's not, and black men don't cheat. So we want to get that out there right away, because a lot of women will say that, and I've heard it, oh, when I was with a white guy or whatever it is, Spanish guys and black guys cheat the most. No, it's I don't believe black men cheat. I don't believe Spanish men cheat. I believe that men are born polyamorous.
All men?
All men. About 90.
White men too?
No. It's about 99.9%. There's 0.1%
of all races, all types of men.
Yeah, who aren't poly. But this goes back to ancestry. This goes back to nature. So men are born polyamorous. Like, a woman passes by, she has a nice ass, he's gonna look.
I mean, you have women that look.
Yeah, but now we're looking at that. That's different. That's bisexual. You know what I mean? Like, you want to talk about poly and bi in the same thing. It could be, but this is the opposite sex. A man, 2 women, a woman, 2 men.
Right.
That woman could be bi.
If it's a man and 2 women, well, they don't have to know each other, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they don't have to know each other. They have an understanding that my man has another woman, or this like whatever. They both view him and whatever they view him as. My man, my king has a different woman.
So
I don't need to know about her.
Like a deal breaker in that type of a relationship, if like, let's say a man meets a woman and he tells her that he's poly.
Yeah.
And he's really interested in her.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I don't know about all that. Is that a deal breaker, do you think?
For a woman?
No, for men.
It's a deal breaker if
or
that's
for either.
It's a deal breaker for him if that's his lifestyle. Like he engages 24/7. You know what I mean? Like the BDSM lifestyle is my lifestyle 24/7.
Okay.
So, like I'm a monogamous, but I'm also poly.
Right.
So I deal with that in both. But the BDSM, there's vanilla conversation, and vanilla is plain for the people out there who don't understand BDSM terms. We're gonna get to BDSM in a later episode.
Yes.
But plain, regular traditional things like this conversation, this vanilla conversation, going out to the movies, working a regular job, like those are all vanilla things. Those are the only things that I do that is regular, that is vanilla. But as far as my relationships, sex, and whatnot, how I engage in my relationships, it's 100% BDSM. There's nothing vanilla about it. But the poly thing, to me, it's like it's not something that I have to have within, like, oh, let me have these 3 women together. Like that would be my goal, engaging in this life. That'd be my goal. But if the 3 women don't want to get together, be friends and whatnot, and they're fine with me having relationships with them, I'm fine with that too.
But that's assuming that all 3 women
have to be
the same way.
Listen, all 3 women have to be in compliance with that. Like they have to be cool.
No. I know. What I'm saying is, what if you have 1 or 2 that say, okay, let's meet, and 1 that says, no, I don't want to meet?
Then you have to respect that one that doesn't.
So then could the other 2 meet? Yeah.
But eventually, like, if you want to continue to engage in whatever capacity with the one that's opposed to it, eventually they're going to have to transition because you're going to disconnect from them because that's something you want.
Right.
Unless,
well, I'm saying that's, like you said, that would ultimately be the goal, the end goal, because you've seen that, like the shows that are big on that, sister wives, and they make it. They state that it's a loving environment, that everybody is there to pitch in.
Exactly, and that's the difference between this lifestyle, because different people engage in a lifestyle differently. So, for example, when I said earlier, like some people look at this as a rich man's game. So you might have a wife and a mistress and submissive, whatever. Different. Like different people look at the term mistress different. It means different in BDSM versus like traditional or vanilla. It means different. Like a mistress is just for the traditional people. Or vanilla, they view it as, oh, that's a woman who has relations with a married man. But in BDSM, it's a female dominant. It's like a, oh, my mistress, like he's a sissy. Yeah, he's a sissy. He's a submissive. He's her submissive, and it's like mistress is like master, but the female version. You know what I mean? So different terms.
I never made that.
Yeah, different terms. And I remember Stuck Between Two Different Worlds, book 5. Like the women were like, when I was telling them about the book, they're like, oh, so what's it about? What's it about? I bought the book. What's it about? Gave them a brief synopsis. They're like, so he's a married man who is with a mistress, and how does the mistress feel about this? And I'm like, she's not a mistress, she's a submissive slave. And they're like, 2 of them were saying, no, she's a mistress. I'll define it for you. I'm like, yeah, but he's a master in the BDSM lifestyle. Like Sophia's the wife, but Estrella is the submissive slave. For him, it's not that term because he's in the BDSM lifestyle and they engage in BDSM. So it's master slave for them. She's not a mistress. But when somebody on the outside looking in,
another term that we have to get into.
Yeah, we're gonna get into it. People look at it as doorknob, but we're gonna get into it later down. Now, well, like I believe all men are polyamorous. I'm sticking by that, and I believe
women
that
can be polyamorous too. You
they can, but women do not.
Right. I know you can say women can't handle.
Yeah, women are not born providers. They're not born hunters. And also, they are more equipped to be emotional, more emotional than men. And that is their power because they can nurture and they can care and they can show empathy and be sensitive. That's their power. So, with them being emotional, they may be with two men, but and this is solely my opinions. I don't give a fuck what other people think. That they could say how they feel, but these are my personal opinions.
Okay.
I believe that a woman cannot love two men equally, but I believe a man can love two women equally because the man is born to provide. So if he's loving, he's providing love. Women can provide love, but not the same level as men. They are used to being able to give their all to one person, 100% of my energy. A man can multitask.
So
I'm not saying women.
A man loving multiple women is multitasking?
Yes.
But a woman can't multitask if she's
efficiently.
Okay.
I'm not saying all of them. Most of them. There's about 2% who can. So the 98% cannot.
Okay.
Yeah, I know you hate me and my percentages.
No, I don't hate you.
You know what I mean? My percentages. But, you gave me that look. But I believe that men, can provide that. Like women, they have to nurture a child. They have to do this. They have to take care of the house. They have to do all this on top of taking care of a man if he's sick. You know what I mean? Like it's hard. It's hard. Women have it harder than men. And as a woman, you are not born to provide.
Right now.
You're not born to provide.
Okay, we may not have been born to provide, but we wind up.
Y'all get used to it because you have to end up in that situation. If you're somebody that has to go to hardship after hardship after hardship, eventually tough times never last. Tough people do. Tattoo right here on my shoulder. Tough times never last. Tough people do. Eventually, you keep getting beaten up. You're gonna keep rising up. And you're just gonna build that strength. Women have been put in positions where they had no choice but to be strong. You have a kid. You think it's gonna work out. He says he's not ready. He leaves. Now you're a single mother. Maybe 2, maybe 3. So you have to do that or you're not gonna survive.
But you're saying
and your kids are not gonna survive.
Most women don't have to go through that.
Most women don't have to go through that. Most women, they mental health, like it affects their mental health.
What affects their mental
when they need to go through that because women are so emotional, right? They don't handle pressure the same way men handle pressure.
Some men don't handle pressure that
well. Yo, we're talking about 95% men. We're not talking about those 5%. We're not talking about those 5% betas. We're talking about an alpha male is a real man.
All right.
In my opinion.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like an alpha male is a real man, in my opinion. Any alpha male out there is more than one thing. Women, not all women can be more than one thing.
Like
a protector, a provider, let's not even throw money out there. Because every single time we hear about stuff like that, we got to think about the guy has a lot of money to be able to take care of all the bills and provide it. No, let's eradicate that. Because money does not correlate with power. We're talking about protector. If a fly or bee or whatever it is came in here or in a room full of women who are dominant and all this other stuff, guarantee you
Half of them are gonna be okay, spider. Guarantee you, half of them are gonna be like jumping on the table, whatever, yelling and screaming, looking for the man to provide that protection, that guidance, that whatever it is. Man, women are. It's not embedded in them. And I'm being fair when I say this.
You got it on that one. Right now, I was like, that's true.
Because women, it's not embedded in them to protect. You really think? Come on.
You know what?
Come on.
Because I'm gonna tell you a little story about
so they're not built for that. Go ahead with your story.
That we're not built to protect because I'm scared of butterflies. And my son was a baby. I'm walking with him in the stroller in the park. A butterfly comes at me. I just look and I ran for cover. Thank God my sister was there because she went to take the baby. Wow, you did not enjoy that story at all. You didn't crack it.
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
No, it was bad.
It's fine. You can edit it. So, all right. So, back to monogamy versus polygamy. It's not cheating. So long as
it's a net.
Can you say as long as everybody knows?
As long as everybody knows. Well, let me tell you something. They don't
have to.
Let me tell you something. A woman will say, "Oh, I caught my man with another woman. He cheated on me." No. No. I'm just saying he didn't cheat. If he's doing the same thing behind her back, but she's aware of it, it's the same thing. The reason women be like, "Oh, this is cheating," is because one, they weren't invited, probably. There's a lot of women are bi-curious, right? They're upset because they weren't invited. They're a little jealous. They're a little hurt because they weren't invited, or
embarrassed.
It's the lie. That's what it is. It's so stop saying it's cheating. It's the lie. It's the deceitfulness. It's this and that. Oh, he's not loyal. No, stop saying it because he could still listen. He could have a chick on the side who you never know about, but he still takes care of you. He still provides for you. He still takes care of all the bills. He still makes sure you're good, the kids and everything like that. How is he not loyal? He's still loyal. He's still loyal.
I've heard of that just even recently.
He's still loyal. It's just that woman factor. So that's why I believe like it's not cheating. My thoughts of cheating is different from vanilla and plain people thoughts of cheating. Because my thoughts of cheating is like if a woman is like a guy comment on her post and next thing you know, she don't even know the guy and they're having a full-blown sexual conversation or they're flirting heavy on the post back and forth going through DM. Yeah, that's cheating. Some women will look at it like, oh, I was a good girlfriend. I never opened my legs to dudes. But you're very friendly. You talk with other dudes like you know what I mean? I don't try to say nigga a lot. You know what I mean? I was about to say nigga. But I'm trying not to say that a lot. You understand? Like it's they that's what they witnessing. That's what they feel is cheating. But it's not cheating.
I mean,
he's just being deceitful. It's betrayal. It's not cheating.
So you think that if a woman has the opportunity, her man comes one day and he says, "Listen, by the way, I'm poly and I've had, I have another woman, but I want you to be, I want us all to be, together."
Yeah.
And she says no, but stays with him, then she can't say that it's cheating because he told her no.
Exactly. Let me tell you something.
But it should be that way. I mean,
years of a relationship, a year apiece with 5 different guys, but they were all the same, right?
What do you mean they were all the same?
They were all the same. They were like, what women want to call quote unquote cheated.
Oh, okay.
Right? They were all the same. So now she's already built up this preconceived notion that all men are cheaters because that's all she's been with. She's only been with 5 guys and she's only had 5 years of experience of a relationship. So now she's going to generalize every man
And she's gonna have her walls up.
And she's gonna have her walls up. So the next guy that comes and he's like, listen, I'm poly and this and that, and he's straight up, she's gonna think that's too good to be true. Because men lie. No, this is what they do. Men cheat. This is what they do. No, men act up around a certain time. This is what they do. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So,
After a certain time. What do you mean after a certain time? Like after
she might have like a mental, duration of time for a man. Like let's say 3 months he acts up, 6 months he acts up, he changes, he shows his true colors.
Not every 6 months.
No, not every 6 months.
Some people
just the first 6 months or whatever. Like she puts him on a probation, like the job, before you get benefits, you put on probation for 3 months. So she puts them like these women could put these women. Yeah, it's a plethora of them, not just one woman. You know what I mean? Who has gone through the same thing. Like most women have the same shit in common. Oh, he cheated on you too, girl. Hey, he cheated on me too, girl. We gonna be friends. Like, you know what I mean? Like they have the same the situation that occurred. But women need to understand that men are born polyamorous. This is not like most women get into a relationship and start demand shit. It's selfish.
What do you mean demand shit?
Like I demand you to give me attention all the time. I demand you to never look at other chicks. I demand you to not like other girls' pictures. I demand you to. Some men are about compromise. Some men are about compromise and stuff like that.
Compromise.
Yeah, it has shown that women have been taking the wheel when it comes to the relationship. They're becoming more aggressive than the men. They're be demanding more.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I believe that when you meet a man and he says, "Listen, this is how I am. This is what I like. This is how it's gonna be." Like a woman will structure her life around that. If she loves him, if she cares for him, if she wants him to be happy,
but shouldn't they both come, and tell each other what they
stop with this both stuff.
But
because
that's
right
what
now,
it's about.
No. We about the man being honest because the man is the leader. Every woman wants a man to be a man in the relationship, right? They don't want to make decisions. We've both agreed on that. Women hate making decisions.
I know this woman hates making decisions.
Okay, well, maybe you might not hate making decisions in all aspects. We're talking about all aspects. Business,
no,
you don't have a problem making decisions.
With
your kids, maybe, you don't have a problem making decisions, right? Okay, but in your relationship, you would rather not make decisions.
I mean, it would depend.
And about 95% of women think like you. But if you're saying that in your relationship, that means you want the man to be the man in the relationship. Yes, so if you're letting him be the man in the relationship, if he says, "Yo, this is what I want to do. This is how I am, and this is how I engage, and I need to connect with other people, and I'm a spiritual person or whatever it is." He explains it to her to a T. She might do that for him. She may not even want to meet the girl, but she might let it be because she loves him. She cares for him. She wants him to be happy. She doesn't look at it like, "Oh, I'm not enough." She doesn't look at it like, "Oh," some of them, will look at it at first. That's what a lot of people feel. That's how a lot of women feel when they get cheated on. They're like, "Oh, I wasn't enough. It's embarrassing. It's whatnot." Right? Because they feel that, I'm not sufficient enough for him. Like I'm ugly, I'm this, I'm that. Like, why would he want somebody else? I'm the best looking girl in the world.
A lot of women think that way, though.
Well, how do you know women? Have you dated women? Do you talk with women?
I actually have.
Oh, interesting. I mean, women DM me all the time. I have conversations with women. Like when I was a personal trainer, these women would tell me about their boyfriends. the shit that was
Yeah, but
going
just
on.
like you've said, many times before that there's alpha males and beta males. There's alpha females and beta females.
Yes, of course.
So, I mean, that's where I'm getting I would think an alpha female wouldn't think that way. Like, I'm not good enough.
Yeah, she might. She might, because as bold and as confident as she is, a man can be that weakness. A man can now make you lose your confidence, and now you'd be pretty as women.
That specific man for her.
Yeah, especially if she had given her all to him, because I believe that, and I think we talked about this in episode 1. Part 2 or part 1 about women giving their all to a man. Like, I believe women give their mind, body, and their soul, and the man, most men, not all of them, most men give perhaps their heart, their soul, but not their body.
What does that mean?
Okay, this is what it means. If I'm having sex with a woman, she's gonna say, I trust you 2 ways. I trust you because you know what you're doing, and I'm gonna let you dominate me because I'm gonna be pleasured. Because I trust you know what you're doing. And I trust you to the fact where I'll leave my purse in the room with you, and you're not gonna steal money out of it or credit cards, whatever it is. I trust you both ways. So when she says that she trusts you, that means she's gonna surrender her body to you. I will allow you to dominate me. 98% of women will relinquish control in there. Doesn't matter if they're running their relationship.
In the bedroom.
In the bedroom. 2% probably live a BDSM lifestyle. They're a femdom, they're a dominatrix, whatever it is. So the 98% of women who may run their relationship and they get into the bedroom and they want to relinquish control, they feel like as a man, you should be skilled at that. In bed. And I wanna relinquish control. So when she's giving you her body, she's saying, my body is yours to do whatever pleases you, to do whatever is going to please me as well, because you're confident and you know what you're doing. Most women don't fuck men. So how is a man gonna say, oh, my body is yours to do what I want to do and to do all this? Submissive men, okay? Men who maybe are dominant and submissive. Switches, sissies. That's a term in BDSM. It's not,
It's not a derogatory.
Derogatory.
It's just
like a submissive man who wants to kneel and crawl
like
and
kittens and something.
Yeah, a pet. Like he wants to have a mistress and a female master.
That's interesting. See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so those type of men will do that, but alpha males are not giving you their body. They're not saying my body is yours. They're the ones providing the sexual pleasure. So most women are going to say, take me, my body is yours. So I'm giving you my body, I'm giving you my soul, I'm giving you my heart, and I'm giving you my mind to guide, to lead, to protect, to love, to cherish, care for.
But can't that sometimes just
No, it doesn't go both ways.
No, I wasn't going to say that.
The both ways thing.
I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say, couldn't that be so heightened in that moment, and then once that's over, those feelings go away?
For the man or the woman?
For both. Can women do that, in your opinion? Because I think both can do that.
Sex. Right?
Like, have sex but have those feelings in the moment, and then once it's done, it's not like that.
If she's getting trash dick.
Okay.
A woman will say, yo, I'm going into this, I'm cool with it. Friends with benefits. I'm cool with it. This and that. She could emotionally recalibrate herself constantly. I'm not gonna fall in love. I'm not gonna fall in love. Eventually, when that dick keeps getting better and better, you're gonna build an emotional attachment for him, no matter what. And now it becomes almost like your weakness.
So okay.
To a point.
Even with that might get her to be okay with him being poly.
Yes. Because she knows that she's always going to get that pleasure too. Once it stops, that's when she might start nagging and she might start
Once he stops
displaying
attention.
like defiance. Once she stopped giving attention, because she may think he's fucking other girls more than me. As long as we're getting equal dick or whatever it is, I'm fine with it.
So, but shouldn't that be fine then?
Here's the thing, though. That's selfish.
But
In the real polygamy lifestyle, it's not like that at all. It's about team. Whether you getting more dick than the other one, maybe you're not having sex with him, but it's a team thing. Like, he could have a relationship with her and they're completely not having sex, but she's part of the team.
What if he's having sex with her, but not her, but the two girls are having sex? That's fine too, right? That's
however they live their life.
Okay.
Yeah, however they live their life. You can't ask me that shit.
No,
like
I'm just throwing out there. Like,
we'll get into I don't know, in the BDSM episode or something. But me, I might think differently about that. You know what I mean? I'm like, I enjoy watching it if it happens in front of me. But if it's happening behind my back, I got a problem. Because now you're being secretive. You're being sneaky.
Because of the person you
are. The dumb, yeah. So but then you have other men who just engage in poly, and it'd be fine with them. You know, but to me, it's like openness. It's immense honesty, trust.
I mean, I'm assuming it would have to be, right?
Yeah, but both parties or three, they're aware. You know what I mean? They're aware of it. Like,
I mean, the shows that I've seen, they make it seem so like almost like
taboo.
Inviting. No, inviting. Like now, the shows I've seen nowadays, you know, like the guy with the two wives that people of color, and then the sister wives and all that stuff. Like, they make it sound like exactly how you said. It's a team effort. We want to, you know, we want to get to this level. It's a team effort.
But some people swing.
Some
people swing. And it's just fun, like swingers, like it's like
just to do that, like, and to
yeah, like you know, as a couple, we go and we swap partners, or they might be fucking in a whole swinging thing. Different people engage in it differently. You know, that's just the way I look at it.
So what's your final thoughts on that?
My final thoughts are well, we didn't even finish, because look, there's women, right? Let's say, okay, women are in poly relationship, because a woman could say to you, yo, I'm not into poly, right? Yeah. I'm not into poly. It doesn't work for me. I can't do it. Okay, so 5 relationships after, maybe 2 kids later, divorced. Looks like monogamy is not for you either. So here's the thing. Some women are in polyamorous relationships or polygamy relationships, and they aren't even aware of it. They're in denial. You got a dude right now. About to say it again. You got a dude right now who is buying you food. You got another dude who's your Uber. You have another dude who is that shoulder to cry on. You got another dude who's that shoulder to cry on, and you got a work husband. You got a work husband or something, or a work wife.
But that's not every woman either.
So let me tell you this: if a woman is engaged, hypothetical scenario, she's engaged, she lives with a man, and she goes visits a guy at, let's say, a supermarket, a bookstore, whatever it is, right? And there's no sexual relations with them, like no intercourse, but they'll hug, they'll embrace, they flirt and shit like that. The fiance doesn't know that she does that, and she'll go to that store or that bookstore, whatever it is venue. You might see a nightclub to specifically see him, nobody else. She cheating?
No.
Why not?
Because they're not. Well, are they kissing?
No.
Then no.
She's in a relationship.
I mean,
That guy,
distraction.
no, she's in a relationship. She's hugging on him, flirting, and all this. She's in a relationship. Yo,
Yeah, but how
that
often
guy.
does she go to the store,
Yo. That guy. Let me tell you
even
something.
to the club even?
Let me tell you something.
How
That
often is
guy
that
could be
happening?
once a week, could be twice a week. It's
Twice a week.
It's still a relationship. Come on, there's some long distance relationship where they see each other once a week, twice a week,
That's true.
or once a month, and they
One
fuck.
of my girlfriends, her boyfriend lives in Sweden or some shit like that.
Yeah, and that might just be a sexual relationship, but they're still in a relationship. Just because she's not opening her legs to the guy doesn't mean she's not in a relationship with him. They're still in a relationship.
Yeah, they have like a mental connection.
Yeah, she now could run to that guy because he's giving her that emotional support. She can now run to that guy because now he becomes the shoulder to cry on. Oh, your man should be that. So now a woman has a complete relationship because she might be getting that bomb dick from him, the physical support, and now she's getting the spiritual or emotional support from the other guy. She has a complete relationship. So she's also in a poly relationship, yeah.
But they don't know. So how can that be?
For her, she's in a poly relationship. They are not. For
them, she's cheating on them.
Yeah. And women are in denial about this. Like a woman who is let's say a woman who's married and she sends text message to a guy, they never have sex. She could live in a totally different state, right? And she sends him nudity. Pics. With no intention of like, oh, I'm trying to have sex with you. Like, I'm not going to leave my husband. Just flirting, sexting. What do they call that? Sexting. They're just sexting. Right? She's not cheating. Most women will say, oh, she's not cheating because she's not fucking him. Because
it's not a physical.
Yeah, she's cheating.
I mean, you're always going to have those people that say, well...
Man, we don't care about what they say, though. This is our show.
That's true. We don't care what they say. And we're going to do whatever the hell we want.
We're just talking about different... We're just talking about how we view it. Our opinions. Yeah. And this is stuff that I've witnessed with girls. Girls have told me, like, they come to complain to me about their husband, what their husband is not doing, or their boyfriend not doing. I get it all the time, whether it's DMs or whatever, like, they'll come to me for advice.
And that's cheating.
If they're coming to me for advice, it's not cheating. Because she could say that, in her mind, she could be like, yo, this guy might be a guru, and I need some advice, because how can I be more submissive to my husband? I want to please him. I just don't know how to do it. That's not cheating.
But that's
she's not flirting with me or nothing.
But that's not them telling you.
She's not flirting with me or anything. She's genuinely, I need help.
Asking for advice.
Like, yeah, I need help. My husband has a little, like a fragment of a mentality like you. He has a fragment of behavior like you. And he likes this. How can I be like this? Because I've never been like this in my last relationships. But I really love this one. I really want to make it work. She's not cheating. You take the woman that's talking about that type of stuff, and then she's adding stuff about trying to get to know me and trying to get to know how I engage, flirting and stuff like that. Yeah, she's cheating because she's kind of building up her backup plan. Okay. She kind of built up a backup plan. We know, like, from my experience of what I study women, like, a lot of them don't like wasting time. And with wasting time, they're investing time in somebody. So a lot of them won't want to start over.
So
if you're in a relationship for 5 years, 6 years, you invested a lot. You invested 6 years of your life, money, mental, your body, 6 years of your body. You don't want to fucking start all over. That man has to know about why you have that scar on your leg or something now. That man has to know why you're so guarded. That man has to know why you're insecure. Yeah, all over. He has to know my fears now, my doubts, my insecurities.
And that she has to still get to learn him and then let her walls down. Yeah, that's a lot of work. Yeah, a lot of people do. But who wants to ever start over like that? Like, I have a girlfriend that, has been, has in one relationship and then it just doesn't work out, and then she told me, she was like, I'm tired of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't want to, have those new feelings, and now I have to wait and see if he's even, worth me dropping these balls down.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I'm tired of that. I just want to get to, being together with one person though.
Yeah. If here's the thing, right? When it comes to sex, a dick does nothing but get hard. A pussy does nothing but get wet. So once that pleasure is over, whether it's 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and we know nobody's fucking for no 45 minutes, hour, unless you incorporating foreplay. Then you could go. But ain't nobody doing that. Like, no, nobody's fucking for an hour. Like, that's trashy sex. The best sex is like 10 minutes or a little bit more than that. And if it's 15, if it's 20, they incorporated some foreplay. But you fucking for an hour? Like, something not going on. Unless he and she...
not right.
Listen, unless he and she are orgasming. I don't even know if that's a word, but coming, we can say constantly during that one session. But it's not humanly possible.
I was about to say, can men do that?
Some men, like very little.
Because I know some women can. Some women can't at all, but I know
all women can.
Can what?
All women can.
Can orgasm?
Multiple times in one session.
Some women haven't even had their first.
Listen. This has nothing to do with some women. This has to do with the lover providing the pleasure. See, people get things misconstrued. It's not sex that is the pleasure. It's the person that's providing.
They have to go back to that.
Oh, that episode?
Yeah, no, too bad. You don't know freebies over here. You gotta go back.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's about, it's about the connection that you're building.
But if somebody has a connection like that,
the sex is gonna be bomb.
Right, but so if somebody has a connection like that with a person, why would they feel the need to find a different kind of connection? Because it might not be mental.
Yeah. Listen, you have a male, you have a female that is just, he's like, she or he is like, I vibrate on a high frequency level. I need to, I require to connect with multiple people. You know what I mean? Not in a sexual way. Not in a sexual way, but in a way where I can learn from this person. I can give this person guidance and whatnot.
But really, honestly, how many men do you think out there are thinking like that? Honestly.
I'm not gonna say no man.
Obviously not. There's shows about them.
Listen, man, we could put a percentage up there if you want. We could say 73-27.
But how would
we could say 49-51. We could say about 89% men
do or
don't, and 11% do.
That sounds more realistic.
You know what I mean? I just think it's hypocritical sometimes. I think women out there are in polyamorous relationships. They're in polygamy relationships, and they're in denial about it. Pretty girls can get whatever they want. All they got to do is just sit back, choose, boom, 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 boom. They can have 3 guys. They got to line up. My DMs are stacked, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty girls get whatever they want. That means they can have a dude that gets them food. They can have a dude that takes them out, their Uber driver. They can have a dude that gives them sex. They can have a dude that, if they're feeling stressed or hard time with the significant other, a shoulder to cry on. That's already 4 or 5 guys already. And they're in relationship with all these guys. Just because she's not opening her legs to all of them does not mean she's not in a relationship with them. And people could get mad if they want to. These are my opinions.
Yeah.
And women, there are women out there who are gonna look at themselves and they're gonna listen to what I say and they're gonna say, well, they're not gonna listen to what I say in a sense of I'm gonna do it, but they're gonna listen to the sounds of my voice.
Mm-hmm.
And they're gonna hear what I'm saying and they're gonna say, damn, he might have a point. Like I did this, I did that.
Or if not, they know somebody who has.
And she might start moving differently now. She might not want to give that stranger that extra attention on social media if he's commenting. Cause you know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? Like, if it's not business, like, what are you doing?
You mean showing their bodies?
No, I meant like he's commenting, oh, hey, beautiful, or hot emoji, and they having full-blown sexual conversations, and it's flirtatious and whatnot. Like, what is that man gonna do for you? Like, he's giving you that attention, but at the end of the day, you're not gonna take your panties off to him. You're getting that attention that you're not getting from your significant other, but it's still wrong. It's still grimy. It's still grimy. No, I'm getting tired of women just bashing men. All they cheaters and stuff like that. No, y'all doing a lot of grimy stuff and y'all don't even realize it. Y'all don't really realize the littlest thing is you flirting with strangers on social media could be hurting your man. He may not be articulating that, but he could be hurting your man. He disconnecting from you now. Now he's going out trying to find girls and stuff like that. No, this has nothing to do with poly. But I'm just trying to explain to the women how how they've been cheated on or whatnot. How they feel that they being cheated on. You know what I mean? With their definitions. Like women could be like, oh, I could have been the best girlfriend in the world. No, you were probably toxic. You like to nag, you like to check phones, you like to, accuse him of a waitress he fucked. If she's looking at him smiling, why that waitress give you that extra smile for? Like,
yeah, but this
kind of like the Sophia character I created with Dom and Sophia. Like, you know what I mean? Like that. Like, there's some Sophias out there.
Yes. There sure are.
You know what I mean? Like, they just have this surplus of tapping into their masculine energy. And that masculine energy doesn't correlate with his masculine energy. My final thoughts are all men are born polyamorous. They never cheated on you. They were with another woman behind your back. They didn't cheat. It's natural for a man to do that. My thing is, I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying that if you're gonna do that outside of your relationship, let your woman know, yo, this is what I'm gonna do. I might listen. I challenge men. I challenge men. Men keep saying they're real ninjas and they're all this real. I'm gonna challenge them, right? Meet a chick, connect with her. Go to your woman. Listen, man, I just met this nice, sexy little bitch, man. She cute. I might smash. Are you gonna leave me or not? And see what she says.
I'm gonna pretty much go out on a limb now and say that she's gonna say, if you do that, it's over.
Not all women are gonna say that.
This is what we should have.
Not all women are gonna say that.
Ladies, I need you guys to hit the DM, leave comments.
Yo, women love honesty and trust more than they love Fashion Nova dresses.
They love honesty and trust, 100%. But
she might be mad at you. She might be mad at you, right?
What the typical woman
She might
would
be
say.
mad at you in the beginning, but she'll get over it and she'll be like, you know what? He was honest with me. Like, a man's gonna do whatever he's gonna do. Whether you tell him no or yes, he gonna do it.
And she
do you want to know about it behind your back? Or do you want to find out about it that it happened behind your back? Or do you do you want to be aware of it, that it's happening behind your back?
So I'll even say that first time around, a girl might be like, all right, what the hell? I don't know.
I disagree. The first time around, she's going to be upset.
No. Yeah, she'd be upset, but I think you'll have,
she's going to start crying like,
hammer her down.
Oh my God, I'm not enough for you. What did I do wrong? Now, let me tell you something. No, it's different women. It's different women. Because white girls will be like, what did I do wrong? Latinas, they will want to kill you. They will want to do things to you, scratch up your car. They rip up your clothes, burn your sneakers.
I've never done
Black girls are gonna emasculate you. The fuck boy. Dun, dun, dun. But it's like, and these are my opinions, and people can get offended. Oh, I'm a white girl. I don't do stuff like that. Oh, I'm a Latina. I don't. No, these are my opinions. Like, you know what I mean? This is a discipline therapy podcast. So, that's what I feel. And I feel that no woman at first is gonna be nonchalant about it.
No.
She's
That's
gonna
not what I'm
be
saying.
hurt. She's gonna feel I feel insufficient for you. I'm not sufficient enough. I'm no good. I'm ugly. Does he think I'm ugly?
She may feel all of that. That's not what I'm saying. But she might tell herself, you know what? It's just this one time.
And she will stay?
Right. It's just this one time.
Let me tell you something.
And then that happens. If he comes again, I think that's probably a woman's breaking point.
Come on. There's a woman out there. Listen. You are speaking for the woman, but there's a woman out there right now in the world, maybe in a city near you, whom is with a man who cheated on her 10 times, and she's still with him. Left, came back, and whatnot. Let me tell you something. It's different. It's different because if one of the reasons is if you putting it down well in the bedroom, you could do it. But then now it's almost like she has short-term memory loss. Because when you have that makeup sex and whatnot, all right, he did it. I'm gonna forgive him.
I'm over it now.
I'm over it. Happens again. You know what I mean? She's still with it.
We all know a couple that's like that.
She's still with it. So to me, I look at it like she'll be hurt, but it depends what you were providing in that relationship. If you a fuck boy like women, like I don't really know what a fuck boy is. Like women, what is a fuck boy? Like women made their own definitions of what a fuck boy is. But if you're a fuck boy in these women's definitions, right? And every woman knows what a fuck boy is apparently, whether you're white, black, Asian, whatever, right? If he's a fuck boy, he's not providing anything that's conducive to what you're building in the relationship. Yet, if he cheats the first time, you're out. But no woman is leaving when she feels like she can't find anywhere else.
Okay. Well, let's go back to you saying everybody knows that female that has been taken back the boyfriend 10 times.
Yeah.
Okay. Because the makeup says it's...
Or he has money. Let's say he's not even good in bed.
But even so, there's still some sort of discord, right? Because he did it again, and she's gonna fight. Because if they're having makeup sex, it's because they fought about something. Why would you want to be in that type of relationship, though? Period. To begin with, even if it meant him being able to go and have sex or
are you judging?
Another woman.
Are you judging? Why would you want to be in that type of relationship? Are you judging? Because
no. I'm saying they're fighting.
You're not in their shoes. He's providing something.
The scenario
he's providing something that means more than sex.
You said the makeup sex. I'm going by the scenario that you put out. So that's what I'm saying. If they're having makeup sex, that means that they're fighting over something. And it's probably that he keeps cheating on her, like you said.
Constantly.
Right. She's done it 10 times and they're still together. So why be in that situation, period? If it's you do it, you fight, you have sex, you do it, you fight.
The man or the woman?
Either one. For the man, what is he gaining? What is he gaining, really?
The man is having his cake and eating it too. That's what he's
really
what
weird tasting cake to want to have to fight.
Here's the thing: the man is having his cake and eating it too. The woman feels, I can't do what he's doing. It might be a competition thing.
Okay.
So she's angry. Sometimes women want to, I feel that women want to compete with men, and if let's say a man cheated on you, you want payback now, and you want to cheat on him, and you want to do this. Now it becomes competition.
Mm-hmm.
If he cheated on you, he had the nerve to lie behind your back to this. What is it within you that made him do that?
I don't think if a man
Understand.
I wouldn't cheat back.
Yo, listen.
I would.
Listen.
Wait, I'm trying to get mad.
Yo, women should go. Okay, go.
I wouldn't cheat back, but to me, I would let him know that I know, and then it's like I'll save this one for when I could pull it out. Remember when you cheated on me though? See,
you're about to prove me right about the further down in the episodes when I say women bring up old shit. They store shit to bring up old shit.
Guys do too.
Like, no, not alpha males. Oh, alpha males are not saying, yo, remember that time where you maybe act like a fool? No. There's not, an alpha male's not doing that. Women are, notorious for that. You know?
I know some men who are notorious for that too. Not gonna say any names.
Some men don't count. You know what I mean? Even if it was like 2% men, it doesn't count. The majority is the winner. So what are your final thoughts on this? We might have to have a part 2. I'm just going on. What are your final thoughts?
My final thoughts on monogamy versus polygamy. I think.
Be honest, right?
I think.
Be honest with each other.
Definitely, honesty is the way to go.
Make sure there's an understanding. It's not just about honesty. Make sure there's an understanding. Everybody's okay with what's going on.
Whose final thoughts are these?
All right, go ahead.
That if you want to achieve, polygamy in your life, I think you should start with honesty with the person that you're with now. And if that doesn't work with that person, then the way to go is to just part ways and start your journey on polygamy fresh.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's my final
I agree with that. I agree with that. And men who want to live this lifestyle, like, you have a foundation. Like, if you're bringing people into your life, don't not have a vision and a plan. And, make sure you're financially stable too, because if they're not working and you're taking them in, like, that's not going to work well for anybody.
And I think for the men, if you're in that lifestyle and you're bringing somebody, into it, be able to teach them too. And not only like financially take care of them, but I would want to be taught what to expect or whatever.
Yeah, this is one of the first times we kind of collaborated on the final thoughts. First time.
Collaboration.
I mean, I think that, those are my final thoughts. That's it. Thanks everybody for tuning in.
It was a long one.
You were tuned into the Discipline Therapy Podcast. And have a good night.